Angels, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is actually a makeup video, if you couldn't guess, because I am currently barefaced. So yeah, this is actually very kindly gifted by Dalton, and their products are absolutely stunning. Like, there's a sense of luxury, everything's pink and rose gold and very like girly and pretty, and I'm so here for it. So I'm just going to show you a quick sneak peek of all the amazing goodies I got sent. I was truly spoiled. So as you can see, this is literally full, and I will show you everything in detail. And obviously this is going to be a first impressions, as I've not tried any of this, so I thought what better way than to film a YouTube video and share my first thoughts with you guys. Even though this is gifted, all the opinions are completely my own. I haven't been told to say anything or like tried anything before, so this is completely first impressions. I'm just going to be as surprised as you guys. I have this absolutely stunning like baby dusky pink makeup bag that's really nice material. One thing I hate about makeup bags is when they're like fabric, because you cannot wash them. So say you're doing a makeup like and you spill some foundation on your makeup bag, which is obviously completely like normal, like these things happen, you have to then put it through the wash and go through a lot more ag than you would with something like this. This is easily wipeable. The surface is like, you know, if you had like a makeup wipe or something on, you just quickly just wipe it, it will come off, and it's great. So it's a massive hit for me. And also inside it's absolutely massive. Like, there's so much room. Everything I'm showing you in this haul fitted in here. So I'm just going to do this as like a lucky dip, so I'm just as like excited every time I show you guys what I've got. So the next thing, all buzzing, is the Arch Master. So this is actually their brow pen, and if you know me, you know I'm always so like keen on like brows. I've never actually like done too much to them. Like when I was younger, my parents like were very like, oh, don't touch your brows, you'll regret it when you're older, and like now I really thank them for it, because I've let them grow, and even though they can be a bit wild sometimes, we've got to be here for them. So I'm absolutely so excited to try this. I won't open everything now, I'll open everything when I do the first impressions. Obviously this is just a product overview of everything that I got sent. So the next thing is the Liquid H2 Glow, which I love a pun, so this really got me. The packaging is a really lovely like iridescent colour, and the shade is actually Moonlit, and I feel like this is like almost like it feels that sort of way, if that makes sense. And it's a really, everything is this really lovely dusky pink, which I absolutely love, because as you can tell, my walls are exactly the same colour. Next we have the Dull Skin Tce Concealer, and Tce stands for This Covers Everything, which I absolutely love. It's straight to the point, does what a concealer should do. Obviously I'm guessing you can apply it in a greater amount if you want it to cover more. If you just want it to dust lightly for a natural look, then that's obviously absolutely fine. I'm going to be testing this on one of my tattoos that I have on my arm, just to see if it actually does cover everything, as I feel like that's quite a good test for you guys to see if like you need it or not. I'm very excited to see if it actually does cover it, and if it does, how long it actually stays on for. So I'll definitely keep you posted and post an update on my Instagram. Next we have the Dalton lipstick and lip gloss. So one side is actually a lip gloss and one side is actually a lipstick, and they both like correspond to be like matching colours, if that makes sense. So obviously you'll put this on and then you'll put this on top, or you can just use one or the other, depends. But I feel like this is great because you are saving room in your makeup bag. You don't need two, you just need this one thing with two in, and I'm so like in love with it already. I haven't even tried it yet. Brushes. So I'm very like, I don't know, I feel like I'm quite keen on brushes, because obviously they're like what you put directly on your face, so it needs to feel nice and it needs to feel luxurious and soft, and yeah. So this is one of their brushes here. It doesn't actually have a name. This is number 9 in their brush collection. They have so many beautiful brushes. The hairs look so stunning as well, and yeah, absolutely buzzing to try this with the foundation, and yeah. So next we have their version of a beauty blender, which I'll be using for the Tce Concealer. Just see how nicely, I feel like I like it because it's quite small. Like sometimes you can get big beauty blenders and it just covers your face, and I don't like it. But this looks really nice for getting under the eye, and it's also got like a slanted edge as well that you could use for baking. I don't normally bake, but well, I've been baking a lot cooking wise, but I don't bake makeup wise. So yeah, but I feel like it's absolutely gorgeous as well. Next we have this, which is the Anti-Stress Skin Perfector. And I feel like everybody's obviously just a bit stressed at the moment with everything that's going on. So I'm very excited to see how this sort of like works on my face, and I can imagine it to be quite subtle and light and soft on the skin, if that makes sense. So it says a long wear full coverage skin treatment that nourishes and feeds your skin, which is so important because obviously if you're caking makeup on and it's just clogging up your pores, then that is a massive no. I'm very, very hot on skincare. Works immediately at erasing imperfections, smoothing and taking away texture, leaving with a radiant finish. Lastly, we have their To The Point eyeliner, and as it says, it has 2 points. You have a define and you have a line section, so I feel like that's really good. Again, you don't need to carry 2 eyeliners around, and this does absolutely everything. Now you've seen everything I was kindly gifted, let's get ahead and start the first impressions. What I'm going to do is sort of like place myself a little bit closer to the screen so you can see everything in complete detail, and it doesn't look like I'm hiding anything. Obviously if I'm standing sort of far back you can't really see much, so I'm going to place myself here. Apologies in advance, but let's get started. So first of all, I'm going to take the Dull Skin High Anti-Stress Skin Perfector. This is actually their foundation, and mine is in the shade Light Medium. So first impressions, a gorgeous colour packaging, love the rose gold bottom to it. Okay, so this is like sort of how it comes out. Again, it's like this. It looks like quite a nice shade. Okay, so what I'm doing is I've just put the tiniest bit on my hand, and I'm going to take the number 9 brush and just blend this all into the skin, and I'll let you know how it feels, if it feels like it's soaking in, if it feels like it's actually sitting nicely on the skin. So first impressions, it feels really dewy, it's really lovely and light, like you don't feel too sort of heavy with it on, and I really do feel like it is cancelling out quite a lot of redness, which is great, which it said it would do, and it has done. Okay guys, so here is the finish. I'm obsessed and dewy. I also have oily skin, which I just thought I'd let you know just in case you guys do. However, I feel like this is like perfect. It's really soaked into my skin. Again, reduced redness. I don't feel like I've got any makeup on whatsoever. Like, it doesn't feel heavy at all, but I feel like it's quite a nice coverage. So definitely an absolute 10 out of 10, and this will be my new foundation in my makeup bag. So the next thing I'm going to do is go in with the Tce Concealer. Mine is in the shade, I think it's light, yes, light. So it's brightening, colour correcting and skin nourishing. Concealer that works to immediately reduce puffiness while providing completely flawless coverage. Powered by cucumber extract to depuff, dermal defense to protect and repair, collagen pigments and vitamin C to visibly brighten your skin. I feel like everything's sort of there to help your skin rather than like, because obviously when you put makeup on, you're sort of getting into your pores and like that sort of thing. I feel like this is helping to do that whilst you're also doing your makeup, which I love doing for a bit of fun, especially during lockdown. I quickly like dab a little bit because I don't really know how much to put on, obviously. Let's go with that. Put some on my chin. It feels like a really nice thick consistency without feeling too like heavy, if that makes sense. You know when something feels thick but it's still, like as it says, nourishing, and it feels nice and cold on the skin. The good thing about this is that it's cold, so when you're putting it on your skin it's nice and refreshing. Again, the cucumber will help that. A bit on my forehead and some down the bridge of my nose. Okay, so now I look like a warrior. Let's blend this out. So I'm going to be taking this Beautyblender or their little sponge and just buffing it all out and seeing So I definitely feel like a little goes a long way with this concealer. As you can see, I literally put like the blob there and now it's going right up here, which may be a little too far, but we can always bronze it up. That's the only thing, I haven't got bronzer in this video, so we'll have to add my own bronzer, but obviously you can see the base and everything else is exactly the same. So as I said, a little definitely goes a long way with this, but I feel like the coverage is so lovely. This is also really lovely and spongy without feeling like, I don't feel like it's taking too much of the product off. It's very light. So let's get into the other eye. So I've just really quickly just bronzed a little bit of my skin with just my Chanel bronzer, and I'm just going to now take the Dalton Arch Master. So it's a double-ended product. So one end you've got the Universal Brow Gel, which you can see there, which I'm very excited to use, and the other end you have got the pencil applicator, which is like that, and I feel like to do the right brush strokes it's perfect. So I'm just going to very quickly brush my brows and then I'll jump in straight away and get applying. Okay, so I'm going to do my brows off camera and I will come back and give you a product overview. I just find it really hard to do them on camera because I'm trying to concentrate on too many different things. Okay, so as you guys can see, my eyebrows are done. However, I made a little bit of a mistake. So what I'm going to do is just going to take the This Covers Everything concealer and actually see if it does cover everything. So let's have a look. Okay, so I'm just going to grab it out again and I'm going to go in with just a smaller brush this time, just one of my own, just so I can get the precision more than, you know, I would normally. So I think I used too much of the brow gel. However, I think one thing I can take away is you don't need to use a lot of their products at all, as it's very, very good and covers quite a lot. So I'm just going to add this on and let you know. Okay, so I've just added it round where I've got the areas where there is mistakes made. I'm now just going to put some underneath my eyebrows just to shape them a little bit. And I'm going to go back in with this little Beautyblender and blend it all out. Right, I think brows are done. They're kind of like a bit messy, but my brows are massive anyway, so you can't really put too much detail into them without them looking ridiculously in your face. So you're going to take the highlighter next. So the applicator is like this, very like small. Now I'm just going to go in and blend it all out and I'll be back. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see, but it's catching the light really, really nicely. It's really subtle. And yeah, I'm obsessed with it. Definitely, definitely all of these are going to be staples for me to use going forward. Next, I think we're going to move on to lips. Okay, so I've just really quickly like outlined my lips with a MAC lip liner that's sort of like a similar shade, just so I can get that sort of guidance whilst I'm doing my lipstick. So I'm going to take the lipstick, which is so cute, look at it. This is in the shade Pillow Talk. I've applied the lipstick and it's a really lovely colour. I feel like it's quite nice, like you can mix it up for whatever. I'm going to now apply the gloss, and this is in the shade Love Hangover. I never normally wear gloss, so here goes nothing. It's a really lovely pinky shade as well. So let's see what this is like. Okay guys, so I've applied the lipstick and the lip gloss and I'm actually obsessed. The last thing I've been gifted is this To The Point liner, and I'm not very good at liner, so I don't really want to lead you guys down the wrong path. So I think I'm going to just apply them as Freckles. They seem really like a nice sort of, and they're also in the shade Mocha, so they will look nice and natural. I'm going to use this finer side of the liner brush. Oh, there's a Define. I might use Define. I don't know, but let's get straight into it. I just don't want to lead you guys on and do an eyeliner and it not look very good and do the product no justice, so we'll do Freckles instead. Okay, so obviously they look really weird now, but I'm just going to go in with a sponge and just blend them all out. There you have it, some really nice little subtle freckles. So everyone, thank you so much for watching my first impressions with Dalton. It was certainly all a massive hit from me. It all sits really nicely on the skin, and as you can see I've got quite a bit of makeup on, but I can't really feel it at all, which is a massive bonus for me. I hope you all enjoyed and I look forward to seeing you in my next YouTube video. Lots of love, bye!